All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
This is it. 19. Check. Ain't no such thing as a look. We taking wins. Check 99. Check 99. Kill. Turn.
On first down, Watson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check. Motion out of the backfield.
They'll run it with Scarlett. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 23-yard run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Tackle made by K1 Short. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check. Hey, 43.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on the first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Get out the field, defense. Check 30 to the car. 44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Let him go.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line. Here we go.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And the Chiefs' D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Well, the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing now is Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They will start the drive with Scarlett. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. Throwing on second down. Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now Scarlett. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on third and long. Watson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell it to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful, and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called?
It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Attack! Under 10! Under 10! 10!
And he's going to be up around the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yellow. Bravo!
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 55 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That is a dangerous combination right there, as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous, because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone, he makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. And that is incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's McCoy. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Hill, the intended receiver once again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Butker able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 50, it's Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Watch out for Hill on the return. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over. After the sack, they come up on a second and very long. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Get ready. 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Check it out, Reed. That's 59. That's 55.
On 2nd and 7, Watson looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Butker on for the PAT. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is Scarlett on the carry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a give here to Scarlett. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hyde. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground. On the handoff, it's Scarlett. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
On second down, Hyde looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Scarlett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 76 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 58 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Listen, 18. Mike Foco. Get in the weight room. Get 25. It's a safety creep.
They turn to Scarlett again. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff looking right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Scarlett saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Mahomes now to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Mahomes now on first down. Robinson's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Switch. Come back. 41's coming. 41's the mic.
Mahomes to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. No problem there on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time is a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. That's caught at the 25. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown. And not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Back to throw. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Now the Texans will use one of their two remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check three.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll be celebrating in the Power and Light District. The Chiefs have won the football game. And looking at it from the perspective of the Chiefs, so long from Arrowhead.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dame pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Man can't ball like this, man.